Legacy 404 here, back again. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I'm just doing little finishing touches on the engine, putting the coolant plugs in, the oil plug in the back. Gonna link the heater, the two heater input outputs together, get everything ready, prep the engine bay, and get ready to go. Yeah, a little bit of a roadblock. It's been a week. I got carried away. I got a puppy, so she's being cute. Took most of my time, but I'm now stuck with these engine mounts that the previous owner, booger welded in terribly, and it's just they don't go back into the right spot. I can get the driver's side bolt in, but then the passenger side, it's inches off. All right, new solution: widening the ears on the mounts. Took the spacers off. This way they can slide over the mounts no matter how far up they are, and we'll see if we get it in like that. See the smile? You see the smile? This guy just had to jerry-rig the motherfucker to get in, but I got both the mounts in, and we're looking pretty. So the engine is hooked up to the torque converter, hooked up to the bell housing, now hooked up to the engine mount. So by the laws of cars, the engine's installed. I just gotta do all the accessories, which won't take that long. All right, just need to wire up the starter and put the radiator in, and then I guess take the distributor out again, use the distributor, use the drill tool to fucking prime the oil pump to prime the engine, so I don't have to fucking kill anything that I just did. I got the priming tool in. It's really, it's simple. It's just a fake distributor. It has a gear to go into the oil pump. Meshes down all the way. When you get it into the pump, you'll feel it seat, and it's just a 3/8 head. For the drill, my drill's out of battery, so I gotta go get the electric plug-in one, and hopefully when it's primed, there'll be oil squirting into the lifters. I'll probably run it for an extra minute after that, just why not? All right, made a little mistake. I try to crank the engine over dry by hand with the spark plugs in, and might have over tightened the crankshaft pulley bolt, but fixed that, took the spark plugs out, wired everything up. It should all be wired up. I just got done crossing off most of my list. All I need to do is prime the engine. I'm waiting on a temperature sender. Coil I just have to plug in, then wires will be done. Check fluids, radiator. Check fluids and then the radiator. That's what you want to see. Just that the oil is flowing through all the galleys and valleys and up the lifters and everything. That's what you want. It's not going to spray out if you don't have a very high horsepower drill. Because it's not going to be able to generate enough PSI or oil pressure really in the engine. But as long as it's flowing through, it's covering the bearings and everything, you can hear it running through the engine, that's good enough for me. That makes me more comfortable to fire it up now that it's pre-primed. But I still got to do all the fluids, put everything else on, so let's go from there. All right, tried starting it, just got a click. Nothing really happened. So that being said, I just pulled the starter. Now I'm checking the starter, make sure the starter works fine, everything engages. For those you don't know, it's really easy. You can just take jumper cables, run your 12 volts positive to your main terminal on the starter. You have an S and an R terminal on these starters, switch and relay, but you only have to worry about the switch, and ground it out to itself. This bottom terminal takes it from the solenoid to the starter. That's your 12 volt main. That's your switch. You can see the S right there. It's on the right side if you have it going up, and then R for relays on the bottom. But we don't have to worry about R because I'm not using relay. So what you'll see is when you bridge these two gaps, like when the ignition wire, like if you turn the ignition in the car, there's an ignition wire, and that gives out a 12 volt positive. That closes the gap in the solenoid, allowing the starter to spin. But you can see is when you close the gap, it spins, and we'll hold it down. So the starter works, so I know it's not the starter. So now I'm gonna try and figure out if there's a bad ground on the block somewhere, because the starter generally will the starter grounds out from the bolts that go into the blocks. If the block's not ground properly, then this starter won't engage. So what I think the click was just the solenoid engaging, but then the starter not being able to, because there's a bad ground, so the engine block would have a charge instead of being grounded, which is why I don't think it was starting. So I'm gonna go check the block. All right, starter still doesn't work. I had my roommate come turn the keys. I didn't get a video, but the starter's like it engages properly, but it's only moving the flywheel like 1 tooth at a time. So my voltmeter conveniently just decided to fry itself, so I have to go buy another one of those. The starter, like I said, the starter right, you just saw it ran fine on the jumper cables with the thick wires and everything, but I gotta check what voltage is getting down to the starter through the wires that are wired into the Jeep. And then if that's not good, I'm just gonna have to probably buy a high torque starter and see if that's it. And if not, it's probably some line with the flywheel somewhere. I gotta take it all out. But we're not hoping for that. We're hoping for the earlier options. So I'll call it quits, leave it on the trickle charger, and I'll get back to it in the morning. All right, just woke up. It's a new day. I realized I was fucking dumb. I didn't have my whole engine circuit connected. I had 12 volt constant going from the alternator and the battery connected, but that wasn't even connected to the starter. So it was pretty much just getting the solenoid to jump, but then it had no 12 volt constant to have the starter actually run. So I just wired the battery in properly because, you know, I'm an idiot. And I have all the other labeled wires and their spots. So we'll see if it cranks a little bit this time. Getting pretty excited. Starting fluid's in. That sounds like an engine. We're running. We're fucking running. Not timed at all. It's good. I call that an idle. And we're out of starting fluid. We'll figure it out. We'll tune the carb up. All right, that's all you guys are gonna get for this video. I know it's been a few weeks since I uploaded it. Me and my brother have both been really busy, Jake and I. But that's all you're gonna get because the tune-up, timing, everything, it's whatever, and I gotta build an exhaust system for it. So the exhaust video is gonna come out or after this. I'm gonna start building it right now because I really don't want to piss the neighbors off too much running this fucking big rowdy V8 with open manifolds. So yeah, this is gonna be it for the day. Engine's running, it's in, everything's working fine, fluids are good, and I'll be back next time with the exhaust tuning up and getting it drivable. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Sorry for the long delay. Thanks for everyone who's been sticking with us, and I promise we'll get back on schedule shortly.